Hi guys! Hope you've all been doing great. I'm back with another video with something I've never done before on my channel, cool tones. I'm at a wedding right now and I was getting ready for the reception and I was like, why not just set up my camera I have and film myself getting ready, which is exactly what I did. As you saw in that little intro clip, my sari was of a blue and silver color scheme and I really wanted to pair a cool toned eye look with it. Thanks so much for watching and I hope you enjoy! The first thing I'll be starting with is my face. Today I am using the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation. This is only my second time using it, so I can't say too much about it, but I can say that so far it looks pretty good. I'm just taking this foundation and dotting it all over my face, and then going in with my Real Techniques buffing brush to blend all of it in. This foundation does not exactly match the color of my face, but it does very closely match my neck color, which is what counts. When you pick out a foundation color, you always want to match your neck because that will look the most natural. I chose to use a matte foundation instead of a dewy formulation because I am actually legitimately getting ready to go to a wedding reception and I do want my foundation to last all night with minimal touch-ups. The next thing I am doing is concealing with my Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. I'm going to draw lines underneath my eye area to cover up any dark circles, and I'm also going to apply this to my lid to prime for eyeshadow. This is my favorite way to prime for eyeshadow because I find that the colors tend to look so much more vibrant when you have a base laid down like this, and also because I have some veins and discoloration on my eyelids, the concealer acts as a way to kind of cover up any of that discoloration so that I don't have to use as much eyeshadow. I'm using a damp beauty blender to blend everything out so that there isn't any excess concealer stuck to my face. I do have to say that using a damp beauty blender is my absolute favorite way to blend out my concealer, just because I feel like it's so quick and easy and foolproof. I can never mess it up. There's never a moment where I have any weird splotches on my face when I use a beauty blender versus using a brush to blend my concealer out. Now I'm going to highlight the bridge of my nose, cupid's bow, chin, and forehead, and again I'm going to use my damp beauty blender to blend all of that out. This is not a necessary step, but for me personally, I like using a concealer to highlight these areas of my face because I feel like it does add a little bit of a matte highlight to my face so that certain features of my face pop a little more and it makes my contour look more intentional. To make my cheekbones really defined, I'm going to draw a line underneath my cheekbone where I would lay my contour color and draw short little lines coming down off of it. Adding light here really makes your contour stand out because of that contrast between light and dark. When doing makeup, this is always a principle that you want to pay attention to, is contrast between light and dark. Now to set everything, I'm going to use my MAC Studio Sculpt Defining Powder in the shade Light Plus to set all of the areas that I highlighted. I feel that I need to set the areas that I highlight with a concealer because concealers tend to be of a thicker consistency and can tend to crease. You can skip the rest of that, but I do heavily advise to set your eyelid area because this will make blending with the darker eyeshadows much easier later on because you have kind of a powder base that'll make it a lot easier to blend out. Now I'm going to take my Too Faced glitter glue and an Urban Decay single shadow in the color Tonic. First, I take some glitter glue on my finger and pat it all over my lid. I think using my finger is the absolute best way to do this because a brush will steal the glitter glue. Then I'm going to take some of that tonic eyeshadow and rub it / pat all over my lid, and you can see how intense this eyeshadow is when you combine it with the glitter glue. This is definitely my favorite way to apply these Urban Decay eyeshadows because the pigmentation is so intense, and you can see the beautiful duochrome color of the blue and purple in this eyeshadow even more than if you just applied it wet with eye drops or plain. For my crease, I will be using my Tartelette palette, which is my absolute favorite palette to travel with. I am taking the color Natural Beauty, which is a medium cool-toned brown, and applying this loosely to my crease with the Morphe M511 brush to act as a transition color. This is personally a must for me just because I feel that when I apply a transition color, it makes any darker smoky colors so much easier to blend out because I have a transition to kind of ease into the dark colors. I'm kind of doing this a little sloppily. It's really not important to me at this point to make the colors too defined. Now I'm taking the same brush and applying some of the color Best Friend to deepen up my crease. This color is like a medium taupey purple with cool undertones. Again, I'm not really paying too much attention to applying this color too precisely because I really want this eye look to be very, very smoky and blown out. In this case, it's okay to get a little messy because it's part of the look, but I don't advise going below your eyelid. You know what I mean? Like, if you were to draw a winged eyeliner, I wouldn't go any further down. I would keep it in the crease. Taking that same Best Friend color on a small shader brush, I'm just sweeping this along my lower lash line. Now I'm going into the color Bombshell, which is a dark, cool-toned purple, and using a pencil brush to intensify the lower lash line. If you don't want to have a very smoked out lower lash line, it's personally up to you to go however dark you want. I'm also going to use that dark purple to deepen my crease, but this time I am focusing this a little more in the inner crease around the outer V of my eye, rather than loosely all over the crease as I did with my transition colors. I am kind of making a tiny flick, V-shaped shape in my outer V because I was so tired of doing winged eyeliner this entire wedding. I really wanted to do something that didn't require any black winged eyeliner. So you will actually see in this tutorial there is no black winged eyeliner going on, which is ridiculous for me because personally I love using liquid eyeliner. It's something of a security blanket for me, but I really wanted to get outside of my comfort zone with cool tones and no liquid eyeliner. So here we are. I'm kind of faking it though with the little outer flick with the eyeshadow, and you'll see I kind of cheat even more by using this matte black color Fashionista on a small pencil brush. I'm just going to pretend like this is my winged liner and make a little flick like that. I'm just using a clean brush to kind of smoke that out a little more so that it looks a little more seamless and integrated into the look. It really is up to you how much you want to make this look more dramatic or less dramatic, more subtle or more colorful. The looks that I post here, I kind of post as a guideline and you can change it however you would like. I'm not going to get offended. Because I felt like I lost that beautiful lid color amidst all the shading and blending, I'm just going to go back in with that Urban Decay tonic eyeshadow and just pack it on a little more intensely to my lid. And then I will go back in with the same brush and just kind of blend it a little to make sure there are no harsh edges anywhere or any chunks of eyeshadow. Because I wanted to make my lower lash line even darker, I'm going to go in with that dark purple, I believe it's called, what's it called? I don't even know what it's called. Hold on. Not Best Friend. Bombshell, it's Bombshell. Now I'm going to take my Urban Decay eyeliner in the color Perversion, which is a very black, and I'm just going to tightline my lower and upper waterlines. Again, you can totally skip this step because I know some people with smaller eyes kind of avoid wanting to tightline their eyes because they feel like it makes their eyes smaller, so just use your discretion. Now I am going to give my lashes a quick coat with some mascara, but it really doesn't matter for me because I have naturally black eyelashes, and I'm going to go in with some falsies later on. I did mess up a little on my right eye, but that's okay because I can take a brush with some of that taupey purple color and just blend it away. To contour my face, I'm using the Too Faced 16-Hour Wear Bronzer on a Makeup Geek contour brush to define my cheekbones and add some warmth to the perimeter of my face along my temples. I really like this bronzer because it's not too warm, but it's not too cool. It's like a perfect neutral brown, so it functions as both a great contour color and also a bronzer for me. I'm also contouring my jawline by adding a fake shadow underneath just to make my jawline stand out a little more. I am defining my eyebrows with a Palladio eyebrow pencil in a dark brown color because I haven't gotten my eyebrows threaded in over a month and I needed a little extra definition to help my brows along. I am only applying this color to like the lower part of my brows. I'm not really defining the tops of them, just that bottom half. To set my eyebrows, I am using my favorite e.l.f. clear eyebrow gel to give my brows a quick coat so that the hairs don't move. To highlight my cheekbones, I'm using Becca Cosmetics Champagne Pop, which is limited edition. I'm using a Real Technique setting brush to dust this on my cheekbones. I'm really taking my time to build it up as intense as I want because you guys know that I love an intense cheekbone highlight. These Becca highlighters are very, very intense, so if more of a subtle highlight is your thing, you're not going to like these at all. I'm also going to dust this highlight above my brow arch and on my cupid's bow. I'm also using a smaller brush to highlight my brow bone and the inner corners of my eyes, just to add a little bit of light back into my eyes. Now I'm going to use some hydrangea lashes in the style Fawn. I wanted something dramatic, but I didn't want to cover up that beautiful lid color too much, so these lashes are the happy medium for me. I do have a discount code with Hydrangea Beauty, and you can use the code KAYA10 to get 10% off your entire order. And boom, lashes on. If only it were that easy. Now for my lips, I'm using NARS Damage Lipstick, which is like a reddish mauvey grape color. I mean, you guys can see it, you can tell me what you think. It's still on the cooler side, but still ties in a hint of that purple color from my lids. To set my face, I'm using Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. I'm just giving myself a quick little bath in this and then fanning myself off, popping on some earrings, and we're officially done with this look. Whoops, dropped my earring. Thanks for hanging out with me as I get ready for this wedding reception. For information about the products used, please check my info box. If you want to see more Indian wedding or wedding reception looks, please give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all very, very soon in my next video.